Hey everyone, welcome back. We're always digging into the latest AI stuff, and this week is awesome.
Yeah, definitely some cool stuff out there.
We're diving into the One More Thing in AI newsletter.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one.
It's really for startup folks and business leaders, so I figured, hey, perfect for us.
Absolutely. Always good to be in the loop.
The title, I gotta say, it grabbed me. AI agents, $10 million for founders,
Yeah.
and can AI outperform human therapists?
Wow, that's a mouthful. They're not shying away from the big questions, are they?
No kidding.
Mhm.
So much to unpack there.
Where do we even start with that?
Right. Let's start with this whole AI agents teaming up thing. The newsletter makes this really interesting comparison, like a kitchen team.
Okay, I can see where this is going, yeah. Instead of one chef trying to do it all, you have this whole crew, each person with their own specialty.
Makes sense. Divide and conquer, right.
Exactly. And they work together, way more efficient.
Right, right. In AI, that's what we call multi-agent collaboration.
Okay, so break that down for me.
So imagine you've got this super complex problem. It's going to need different skills, different approaches, right?
Makes sense.
With this multi-agent thing, you can have different AIs, each with its own strengths, and they work together on different parts of the problem.
Gotcha. So like instead of one AI trying to be the master of everything,
Exactly.
we're talking specialized AI teams all working together.
You got it. Working in sync.
Okay, I like it. Do you have any like real world examples of how this could actually work?
Oh, tons. Think about customer service. You call up, right? Instead of waiting forever.
Yes, stuck on hold. The worst.
You could have one AI handling that first question.
Okay.
Another one pulls up your account in a flash. And then, if you need something super technical, boom, another AI jumps in.
Oh, that would be a game changer. No more getting bounced around different departments.
Exactly. And it's not just customer service. Think data analysis, mountains of info, different AIs sifting through it all.
Wow.
Or even self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Split-second decisions, coordination, that's where this shines.
It's mind-blowing when you think about the possibilities. The newsletter mentioned this tool, LangGraph, and it's specifically to build these like agent flows.
Oh yeah, LangGraph is interesting.
So it's like a platform makes it easier to put these AI teams together.
Exactly. And to manage them, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're not just talking about the AI itself, but the tools to actually use it effectively.
It's like having a conductor for your AI orchestra, making sure everyone's in sync.
I love that analogy. This is all about making AI more accessible.
Wow,
Right?
100%.
Which brings us to that other big headline. Hugging Face, they're offering $10 million in free GPU access.
No, that's a big deal.
Now, I'll admit, I had to do a little homework on this one. What are GPUs and why should we care?
Good question. So GPUs, or graphics processing units, they're like the workhorses behind AI.
Okay.
They handle these massive calculations, tons of data, all the stuff that makes AI tick.
So like more power, faster processing, better AI.
Exactly. It's the difference between a bicycle and a fighter jet when it comes to AI.
Mm.
And just like those jets, GPUs can be really expensive.
Ah, so that's the catch.
That's the barrier for smaller companies, researchers. They want to innovate, but
But they can't afford the good stuff.
exactly.
So where does Hugging Face come in?
They're leveling the playing field, offering free access to these powerful GPUs. Startups, researchers, they can finally experiment, develop AI models, stuff they could only dream of before.
Wow, that's huge. It's like giving someone with a great idea the resources to actually make it happen.
Precisely. Democratizing AI,
Yeah.
making it accessible to everyone, not just the big players.
I love it. It's like the early days of computers all over again. Who knows what amazing AI we'll see coming from, like, garages and dorm rooms.
That's the exciting part, isn't it? The
Yeah.
possibilities are endless.
It's really cool to see companies like Hugging Face, actually putting their money where their mouth is, making AI more open. It reminds me like way back when personal computers first came out. Suddenly anyone could get their hands on one, right? Experiment. Who knows what we'll see, what amazing AI comes out of, like someone's basement. But speaking of amazing AI, this newsletter, they get into something kind of controversial. AI in therapy. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic. You got this crazy, powerful technology, right? Processing information, seeing patterns, even sounding human, like scarily good.
Yeah.
But then therapy, that's all about like deep personal stuff, empathy, human connection. So the big question is, can AI really do that?
It's a huge question. Ethics, privacy, even bias in the algorithms, right? We can go down a rabbit hole there. But for now, let's focus on the potential. The newsletter mentioned that some AI, it's being trained on, get this, tons of therapy transcripts, like real sessions.
That's right, yeah.
Is that what's behind this whole AI therapist idea?
It's a big part of it. By going through, it could be millions of real therapy sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
The AI starts to pick up on things, language patterns, how people express emotions, even what responses work based on like actual therapy approaches.
So instead of years of school working with patients, the AI just like crunches this data and becomes a therapist.
Kind of, yeah. It's like giving the AI a crash course in human psychology.
That's both incredible and a little, I don't know, creepy at the same time.
Definitely both. It shows you the potential, but also, like you said, all the things to be careful about. Think about it, though. A world where everyone has access to affordable therapy. No waiting lists, no matter where you live. You could even get, like, really objective insights into your own mental health, all based on data.
Okay, I can see the appeal there. But I don't know, telling your problems to a machine, even if it's really good at sounding human.
Yeah, there's that trust factor, that human connection.
Exactly. You can't just program that in.
Exactly. That's why it's important to think of this as, like, AI helping therapists, not replacing them.
Okay, I like that.
AI could handle scheduling, keeping records, even spotting potential issues, like really early on, just from how someone's talking.
So it's more like AI takes care of the busy work, lets therapists focus on actually being therapists.
Exactly. It frees them up to really connect with their patients. And who knows, maybe someday AI will be able to, like, understand empathy, intuition, all that. But for now, it's about finding that balance. Using AI strategically,
Yeah.
but keeping what makes human connection so powerful, you know?
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that with all this AI stuff, we have to think about the ethics, the impact on society, not just the cool tech. It's about building a better future, not just smarter machines.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And that's why what Hugging Face is doing is so important. Democratizing AI means we get more voices, more perspectives, shaping how this technology is used.
Totally. And speaking of shaking things up in the AI world, the newsletter mentions something about Microsoft and AMD teaming up. What's that all about?
Yeah, so this whole democratizing AI thing, it made me think about that last bit in the newsletter about Microsoft and AMD. They're teaming up, right? Seems like there's a new player in the GPU game. That could be interesting.
It definitely could be a big deal. See, AMD, they've always been the CPU people, right? The brains of the computer, so to speak.
Right.
But now they're getting into GPUs, and those are key for AI, all that heavy lifting.
So it's like competition's heating up.
Yeah.
And that's got to be good, right? More accessible, affordable AI.
Exactly. Competition usually means faster development, new GPUs, more powerful, maybe even cheaper, who knows. And that's a win for everyone in AI, from the big researchers to the startups, everyone. It all goes back to that democratization idea, right? The more these tools are out there, the more people can actually shape the future of AI, like opening it up to a whole new league of players. So as we wrap up here, this deep dive into all this AI news, what's the one thing you want our listener to take away from all this?
I'd say keep your eyes peeled. AI is changing so fast, it's an exciting time. We're seeing these big shifts, like these multi-agent systems, and this push to make AI available to everyone, not just a select few. It all points to a future where AI is everywhere, in every industry, impacting all our lives, hopefully for the better.
I love that. AI everywhere, but in a good way. It reminds me, we can geek out on the tech all day long, but the real magic is when AI solves real problems, makes a real difference for people, you know? And for our listener out there, here's something to think about. We talked about AI changing everything, from customer service to maybe even how we think about mental health. But through it all, there's this one question we always have to ask. What do we want AI to be in our lives? How do we make sure it's a force for good? Keep those questions in mind, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.